Our patrol was off to a good start with the sinking of that large oiler. 12,000 tons, just falling into our lap. Although it would be unfair to say that the crew of the oiler didn't fight back valiantly. In fact, it was their determined and rapid counterfire that kept us at range and forced us to expend most of our high explosive 8.8 cm shells to sink them. And before that, we already had fired 2 torpedoes at that ship, of which only 1 detonated. The captain of that oiler must have trained his crew extensively for damage control, and they can be commended for their efforts. I sincerely hope that the survivors will be rescued by another ship or by seaplane. And planes are exactly what we expect here in this area after that fight. Surely the enemy admiralty now knows that we are here and will divert resources and patrol craft to hunt us down. Imagine my surprise when just 1 day later the rising sun revealed a column of smoke on the horizon. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Silent Hunter 3 campaign with the OneAlex Edition. After engaging that single fleet oiler in the previous episode, we have suddenly found ourselves with another single target on the horizon. My man just spotted this. It's a ship, the sun is just going up, it's very early in the morning on the 9th of August. And we are approaching from a very good angle here because, as you can see over there, oh wait a moment, contact, another one. Now what do we have here? 2 contacts. Okay, things are getting interesting. 3. I see 3 ships now, 2 over there, and that single one over there. Looks like we might be in for some action here. Turn that way. You know what, more like that way. I already increased our speed, so I hope that we are catching up to whatever the hell is going on here. 3 ships, 3 contacts. I just saw a 3rd column of smoke rising with these 2. Yeah, there it is. 3 contacts ahead. Okay, here's what I need to start doing right now. The sun is coming up, so we want to have electric torpedoes in our tubes. Let's start to load. You, get in there. You have qualifications as a torpedo man. How is the reload looking? Waiting in queue for loading, so I don't have enough men yet. Let's bring more in that can help with this. Yeah, 11 and a half minutes, that's fine. I want to load this tube with an electric torpedo. Then I'll take out the steam torpedo, load an electric one. Take out the steam torpedo, load an electric one. If I have time to do that, of course. But I think it will be some time before we are ready to open fire here. So for now, we will start that process, and maybe by the time that we are ready with our tubes, we will be in a firing position. Thankfully the seas are calm, so we can load the torpedoes while we are surfaced. But this is an interesting situation. I was about to say that I'm approaching from a good angle here, because as you can see over there, the sun is rising, the horizon is very bright, and the ships, and especially the dark smoke columns that are rising from them, are skylining beautifully against the bright horizon. At the same time, behind us is a darker horizon, so it should be very difficult for them to spot us. And that's great. Guys, bring me the user to the pitch. Let's see if we can get a better look on these ships. That looks like Almost like 3 identical ships of some kind.
Schiff gesichtet.
I'm very curious to see what this is. And the one
Schiff
over here
gesichtet.
looks like some type of freighter. 2 big
Schiff
masts.
gesichtet. Lage 3-6. Große Entfernung.
Something that looks like a crane just rising above the horizon line. Be in front of the first mast. So that's possibly just a freighter. These 3 guys, really not sure what I'm looking at here. But they do look a bit weird. What is that? I'm not sure. We'll keep closing the distance, however. We will absolutely keep closing the distance. And doing it fast, of course. How many high explosive shells do I have left for my gun? 86. That's more than enough to sink 1 ship. If we can get close enough to make our hits very frequent. Not like with the previous engagement where we missed most of our shots. These 3 here, it looks like... You know what this looks like? This looks like they have lights pointed at their flags. Is that what I'm seeing? If that is the case, then those might be neutrals. A fleet of neutral ships. Maybe. I will investigate this small flotilla here first, of course, because yeah, 3 ships in a row, if those are enemy, that's a great opportunity to start an attack. But while I keep closing the distance here, I suspect this will take some time, so let's take a little break in the video. A small update for you. Torpedo tube 2 has been loaded. We are now pulling the steam torpedo out of tube 1 to load an electric torpedo into that. And we have come closer to the small flotilla of 3 ships here. And you know what? I think they're neutrals. They are all running with their lights on. Not a single one of them is darkened. I cannot clearly say, or with certainty say, which flag they are flying. But I don't think it's an English one. I will have to get a bit closer for that. However, all signs point to them being neutrals. So I don't think we will be engaging them at the moment. However, that other ship, that single contact in the distance, that's still a possibility that might be enemy. However, now I need to pass by these 3 ships, and you know, I don't want them necessarily to spot me and to call out my position, my presence to the other ship, which might then radio for help from aircraft, which would be bad. So what I'm doing is I'm racing ahead with a little bit darker horizon behind me, hoping that these guys won't spot me. And then, when I'm past them, then I will turn towards that contact over there and intercept it. So that's the plan right now. This also gives me time to complete the loading of a steam torpedo, of an electric torpedo into tube 1. Although, now that I know that I'm facing just a single contact, I might not do it. I might leave tube 1 empty for now. Just keep an empty tube, so that I can then either load an electric torpedo or a steam torpedo for our next engagement, depending on which type of torpedo I need. So that might be what I'm doing here, unloading torpedo tube 1 and leaving it empty for now. Good, okay. I will continue. Let me see if we can say anything more about these guys now. Still can't discern a flag. I could of course just dive and let them pass by, so that I can get a close look at them through my periscope. However, that would take a lot of time. I would have to stay submerged for quite a while before I would be able to surface again where they can't see me. And by that time, the other contact will have sailed far ahead and I would have to catch up to it. So that's why I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm just staying on the surface, racing ahead. And as I'm passing these ships, I might get a look at their flags. But damn, look at these 3 ships. They are really big. That's a tanker. That's a big tanker right there. That looks like a cargo ship. And this is another tanker, fleet oiler or something like that. Definitely a big one. My guess above 10,000 tons, or very likely above that. Damn it. By the way, what I didn't do during this patrol yet is to check my orders. The price regulations. Clear to attack without warning outside the operational area are British merchants, yes, of course. Armed French, Norwegian, Dutch, Belgian ships, of course. All darkened ships, well, these ones are not darkened. And warships if identified as enemy. Damn it. Can't do anything. Let me check something real quick while we race ahead here. No, not that one. That one's not relevant for me right now. Yes, that's the one I want. Where are we right now? We are in this operational area. That is certainly part of the operational area around Great Britain, so we are absolutely free to attack any English ships in this area. We are outside. Complete freedom of attack against darkened vessels is permitted, yes. Operational area, final limit. U-boats permitted to attack without warning all vessels, including liners. We are within those boundaries. But those vessels are not darkened. I don't think that we are allowed to attack them. Let me check real quick. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, all the waters around Britain have become the operational area. Total blockade declared. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Something about the boundaries. Boundaries, yes, yes, yes. In this area, U-boats are now permitted to attack without warning all vessels, including liners, using whatever means are available. Operational area in effect, all previous zones no longer in effect. Outside the operational area, the price regulations still apply. So we are within the operational area. In theory, that would mean we are in a total blockade area. In theory, that would mean that we are free to attack anything that floats. Let's see. Yes, English Channel is off limits, we know that. No tactical convoy orders yet. Torpedoes, impact only. Fast speed forbidden. Alright. So in theory I would be free to attack these 3 ships, since they are inside the total blockade zone. However, depending on the flag that they are flying, it would invite a diplomatic incident. Let's just call it like that. There are things that are not smart to do. For example, if those ships are Irish, We wouldn't want to sink them. I can see a flag waving. Yeah, that's an Irish flag. Hello. I guess that one as well. Irish flags. We are leaving these things alone. Those are Irish ships. Not surprising considering we are in the Celtic Sea. Why do I say that creating a diplomatic incident here would not be wise? Well, Germany had hopes, although they were quite... With hindsight, we would say they were quite ridiculous, but thinking... Considering the context of the time and considering the history between England and Ireland, maybe those hopes were not as stupid as we might think in hindsight. Basically, Germany had the hope that they could get Ireland on their own side as an ally against England. That didn't happen, but they thought it might. So we really wouldn't want to attack Irish ships. We'll just leave them be, and we are soon going to turn towards the lone contact over there. Let's take a short break. Something is happening. So we have closed the distance to the single contact that was on the horizon, and I can now see it more clearly. However, it appears that they also saw me because they started to zigzag back and forth. So I think we have been detected. This ship looks weird. There is some... Oh, and it's shooting at us. Yeah, we have definitely been detected. There is some contraption on the bow of the ship that very suspiciously looks like a float plane. I'm not sure what to make of this. Not yet. I can't yet confirm what kind of float plane it is carrying. What I do know is that we are in for a fight. Get the gun crew on deck. And turn in towards the target. Good, and you know what? Tell the gun crew to hold fire. They are doing so as of now. Because I didn't yet order them to open fire on that ship. Let's actually give them the target and then... if I can get there in time... No, I can't. They have become really, really fast at aiming and shooting this thing. I want you to focus on the waterline. You're doing that already. And you know what? I think I want you to hold fire for now until we get a bit closer. Well, that shell came close. Let's just see how our shots are landing. If they are landing too far from the targets, then I might hold fire for the moment. It's only a single ship, he only has a gun on the stern of the ship, so if we can stay in front, we can just shell him. Shell him repeatedly. Yeah, okay, we are simply too far away and he's presenting a no angle right now. Hold fire. Fire is being held. Turn in. Let's close the distance rapidly. Okay, he's turning to that side now. We must be really in... Oops, misclicked. We must be kind of in front of his course. You guys are aimed? You are. Great job. Stay aimed at the target. If I can get a few good hits in with the gun, we might either take him out, or we might slow him down enough that a torpedo attack, even though he's zigzagging, becomes more feasible. That's my reasoning right now. I am surprised that he isn't just turning around and running the other way, keeping me behind him. That would be the smart thing to do. He's not doing that right now, however. Okay, he is turning, so he will have his gun trained on us in a moment. Let's turn left a little bit. Make some distance that way. And it is definitely an English ship that has already demonstrated his ill intent towards us. So completely fair game. Okay, I think I might let my gun get a few shots in while we have the broadside of the ship to shoot at.
Feuer frei!
First shot came very close, second shot is way off target. This one is... okay. Counterfire. Missing, thankfully. We are quite fast and we are quite small, so hitting us is definitely not an easy thing to do. Oh, that shell almost hit him. Hit on the stern, just beneath the gun. Great job. Another hit. More or less the same area. Okay, our gun crew scored 2 hits in quick succession. That's very, very awesome. But now he is steering that way again. Presenting a small angle. Hold fire.
Feuer einstellen!
And go back to that course.
Neuer Kurs 136.
Close the distance a little bit more. We are rapidly closing the distance. I think we are now... my guess would be about 4 kilometers away or something like that. 3 to 4 kilometers. Let's ask the opinion of our watch officer. 4.5. Okay. So still plenty of space in between us. It's still difficult for him to hit us. And that's most definitely a float plane on the bow of the ship. You know what this is? That's basically a ship that can deploy a float plane that would then conduct anti-submarine patrols. That's what this is. So yeah, we really want to sink this ship. We really want to sink this ship. It's basically well, a very cheap and effective solution to get aerial coverage out into areas of the ocean where planes wouldn't be able to reach by flying from air bases on land. Good. Gunnery crew, open up.
Feuer frei!
We are close enough now. We are close enough that I will have to turn away very soon, or I risk getting too close. But this shell is flying, oh, just in front of the bows. was a good shot, guys. Good shot. By the way, do I have... Yeah, I have the gunner on station. That's a hit. Hit on the superstructure. Ignited the fire. Very nice. Now put a nice series of holes into his waterline. And I will be able to simply turn away, distance myself and wait for him to sink. There we go. Waterline hit. Ooh, that's your float plane done. I suspect that float plane is gonna eat a few more shells before we are done. Turn.
Neuer Kurs 216.
Gun crew, hold fire while we turn.
Feuer einstellen.
Now the trick will be to try to stay in front of him. How many shells do we have left? 54. More than enough. Okay. Steadying up on our new course here. Gun crew. Fire.
Feuer frei.
Oh, we are rolling a bit in the waves now. That looks like a hit though. Nice. Looks like we have started another fire there. Another hit. Okay, he's swinging back to the other side. I will turn this way now.
Neuer Kurs 14.
Gun crew, hold fire again.
Feuer einstellen.
We are now quite close. So here is where things get a bit hairy. We are so close I could engage him with the flak gun now. I'm now throwing the boat around to the other side. Hoping to accomplish that before he can swing around and make use of his gun that is in the stern. Could actually try and squeeze a few shots at him here. But yeah, let's not do it. That's simply not terribly effective. His gun is still obscured by the mast. Good. Very good. We have swung around. He's now on our starboard side. Yeah, he tried to shoot at us. His gun has an angle now.
Wir werden angegriffen, Herr Kaloin.
In that case, gun crew, return fire.
Feuer frei.
Do we have an angle? You're swinging the gun around, okay. It was not aimed yet. Terrible shot. The first shot always misses. Oh, there we go. Ooh, hit something important right there. This one's going for the bridge. Okay, hit the hull just beneath it. Waterline hits, that's what we want to see. Okay, turn right. Get in front of him. That shot missed to the rear because of the turn. His gunners are not very good. Another waterline hit. Very solid. And he seems to be turning, so his gun is soon going to be obscured by the mast again. And I'm just too fast for him. Racing ahead at 17 knots, that's quite a good speed. And we are getting solid hits now. Into the waterline as well. Oh well, disregard this one. Very, very interesting that he has that float plane on the front. I wonder if that float plane is sitting on a catapult. So in theory, just in theory, could be launched right now. Or if it has to be lowered into the water first. Good. Very, very good and solid hits here. A few more of those and he will be going down. And his gunners are just really, really terrible. While we land shot after shot on him. At this distance. This is no contest. Excellent work. Slow our boat down. Let our engines cool a little bit. So his port side is thoroughly peppered. Let's see if we can get a few shells into his starboard side. But at this narrow angle, my gun crew isn't doing too well. This looks like a hit though. Yeah, and he's going down. They are in fact going down. Hold fire, boys. Yeah. Looks like a major catastrophe is developing on that ship. Lots of explosions.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
Head towards it.
Neuer Kurs 169.
Actually, try to stay in front of it to keep us out of the smoke.
177.
We're going to take a look. And maybe give a few provisions to the crew that surely is getting into their lifeboats right now. So how many shells does this leave us with? Oh, 24. Still enough to finish off a ship that was stricken by a torpedo. Leave the crew on the gun for now, and in fact, let's also man the flag gun, just in case. Surely they've called for help. The question is, how soon can this help get here? From South England to us, about 800 kilometers. Well, I don't think your help will be here in time if it's not already halfway. It is almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I suspect that I will have to dive in about half an hour and stay submerged for the rest of the day while leaving this immediate area. English airplanes will be searching for me. Very, very interesting construction right there. Very interesting indeed. Let's have a quick look at what did we even sink here. This was a seaplane tender, 4,279 tons. Very interesting. I think this is the first seaplane tender that I sank. Oh, the ship is now starting to list very hard. Surprisingly, it's listing to the starboard side. Oh, the explosion that occurred on this side must have really ripped the hull open. And it is now sinking very fast. You know what? We'll get a good look at it before it sinks completely. Oh, it's capsizing. It capsized so fast. Damn, that was fast. That took no time at all. Back to our own bridge here.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus. Große Fahrt voraus.
I see some survivors in the water, right over there. So let's actually make our way towards them. But try to stay clear of the oil that is spreading on the surface and still burning. I guess the fire will burn itself out by the time I get there. But we really want to stay clear of the oil slick. Damn. You don't get to see that every day. A seaplane tender, and then it capsizes that quickly. That was really, really quick. But the important thing is, that is one patrol craft, or one aircraft capable of patrolling the sea searching for submarines, taken off the table. These ships with these ships carrying seaplanes, they would be deployed to protect convoys. You would see such a ship inside a convoy, and its seaplane would patrol the waters in front and around the convoy to search for submarines, and if they find a submarine, to of course drop bombs on it or to just force it down, give the convoy time to steer another course, get out of the path of the submarine, and to keep the submarine down while the convoy makes its escape. This is how these things would have been used. Seeing one without a convoy here means that it was probably heading north, so I guess it was heading to England to join a convoy that would then sail wherever. It's never going to arrive though, and that will be one convoy without this quite... well, I can't really say if these things were terribly effective, but it can be quite dangerous, so that will be a convoy without this means of protecting itself. We almost arrived with the survivors, or at their position. We're almost there. And yeah, there's a lot of oil on the surface. I think maybe our shot blew out the fuel tank. This diesel oil would be very hard to ignite, of course, but inside a tank that is not full, that is maybe just quarter full by this point, a really explosive fuel-air mixture can be created. And I guess that we managed to ignite that. And that blew the side out of the ship. And you guys seem to be the only survivors.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Let's slow down.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
In fact, slow down
Jawohl,
all
Herr
the way.
Kaloin. Derzeitige Fahrt 1 Knoten.
Just keep us fast enough that we have rudder authority. And we are just going to toss something to these guys, bring up a little bit of, well, I guess some tin cans, a bit of water. We are just gonna toss it to them. You had a seaplane on your ship. I hope that another seaplane finds you soon. A rescue plane. And that you're taken home. No hard feelings, right? I mean, even this is just some kind of diplomacy in the end, isn't it? War is war, but diplomacy with guns. And by that I mean to say that diplomacy is a pretty shit business. Good. Let's turn to the left here.
Jawohl, Herr
To get away
Kaloin.
from
Neuer
this oil.
Kurs 3-4. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Große Fahrt voraus.
Keep your eye on them. But I don't think they will do anything stupid. And we are getting out of here. Let me just mark our position. No. Let me just mark our position like this. And I'll try to get out of the immediate area of the sinking. I guess by heading to the south after clearing this oil slick. We will be heading south.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ruder 0 Grad.
Right. Another sinking added to our tally, to our tonnage. 4,200 tons, that's not bad. And a special purpose ship. A special purpose ship taken off the board. Very nice. And I think we are going to end the episode there. That was quite exciting. So, I want to thank you very much for watching today's episode. By the way, I'll try to be more active in the comments again. I really didn't have much time for that. As you know, I didn't even have much time for producing videos, but we're getting that back on track, and I'm also trying to get back on track with the comments. So if you want to ask a question or leave some nice words, I read all the comments, I just don't get around to answering them, but I'll try to do that again. And yeah, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day, to do so. Damn, I guess I'm a bit tired. Okay. And I want to wish you a very happy new year. If all things go well with the editing of this video, by the way, today is Sunday when I'm recording this. If all things go well, I should have this episode released on New Year's Eve. Or, well, no, on the 1st. I think I'll have it released on the 1st. And you will hopefully be able to watch it on a free day where you don't have much to do, where you can enjoy your day and enjoy this video. Once again, thank you very much, and I am looking forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, have some really great days, have a wonderful start to the new year, and goodbye.